In Oma village, the same baobab tree still stood like a patient grandfather, and the river still shimmered on special mornings. Everyone knew that the harvest season was the heartbeat of the year. When the rains ended and the sun grew strong, every family worked from dawn to dusk to plant, weed, and guard their maize fields. Among the children was a bright-eyed boy named Kito. Kito was quick with a joke and quicker with his feet, but he hated the long, hot hours of bending over the soil. "Why must we work so hard?" he would grumble, "when cleverness can solve everything faster." One year, the village elders announced a special contest. The family that grew the tallest, healthiest, most golden maize by the night of the harvest moon would win the golden ear, a beautifully carved wooden trophy said to bring good fortune for 7 seasons. More importantly, the winner's field would be blessed by the spirit of the soil herself, an ancient guardian who rewarded only those who tended the land with honest hands and true hearts. Every child dreamed of winning, but Kito dreamed loudest. "I'll find a shortcut," he told his friends. "I'll be clever while everyone else sweats." The planting day arrived. Waiete, Amora, and the other children carefully placed 3 seeds in each hole, sang the old planting songs, and watered their rows with pride. Kito rushed through his family's small plot. He dropped handfuls of seed carelessly, skipped half the holes, and even borrowed a few extra handfuls from his grandmother's seed basket when no one was looking. "No one will notice," he whispered to himself. "By the time the maize grows, it will all look the same." Weeks passed. The honest rows sprouted strong and green, shooting toward the sky like dancers. Kito's rows were thin and patchy. Panicking, he crept out one night carrying a small clay pot of bright yellow paint he had traded for with a traveling merchant. Under moonlight, he painted the weak little stalks gold so they would shine like the richest maize in Oma. The next morning, Kito stood proudly. From a distance, his field glittered like pure gold. Children gasped. The elders raised their eyebrows. Kito's chest puffed with secret triumph. But the spirit of the soil is older than tricks. That very afternoon, a soft rain began, not the heavy blessing rain, but a gentle, searching one. As the village washed, the yellow paint ran in sad streaks down the stalks, revealing the stunted, dishonest plants beneath. The field looked worse than before. Shame burned Kito's cheeks. He wanted to run and hide behind the baobab tree forever. That evening, the elders gathered everyone under the great tree. They did not scold Kito with loud voices. Instead, the oldest grandmother, Mama Wamboi, spoke softly. "Child," she said, "the land does not lie. It gives back exactly what we give it, nothing more, nothing less. Paint cannot feed a family. Shortcuts cannot fill a granary. Only honest sweat and truthful hands can do that." Kito's eyes filled with tears. In front of the whole village he confessed everything, skipping the proper planting, taking extra seeds, and painting the stalks. The silence that followed felt heavier than any shouting. Then something unexpected happened. Tay stepped forward. "Kito is my cousin," he said. "His field is small, and the season is not yet over. If every child who has strength left will help him replant tonight and tend the new seeds every day until the harvest moon, perhaps the land will still listen." Amara added, "We will work twice as hard, with him, not for him, so he learns what real work feels like." One by one, every child in Oma agreed. That night, under a sky full of stars, the children replanted Kito's field properly, 3 seeds per hoe, songs on their lips, water carried in relays. From that day on, Kito woke earliest and walked the latest. He weeded until his palms blistered, carried water until his shoulders ached, and gathered the young plants from goats and birds without a single complaint. The maize grew, slowly at first, then faster, as if the spirit of the soil herself smiled at the boy's changed heart. It never reached the towering height of the honestly planted fields, but on the night of the harvest moon it stood proud, green, and true. When the elders walked the rows to judge, they did not choose the tallest field. They chose Kito's. Mama Wambui placed the golden ear in his trembling hands. "This is not for the prettiest maize," she announced to the village. "This is for the most honest harvest, the one that grew from confessed mistakes, from hands that learned to walk without tricks, and from a village that chose forgiveness and effort over shame." Kito looked at his blistered palms, then at his friend sweating beside him, and finally at the small but real ears of maize. For the first time, he felt richer than any shortcut could ever make him. From that year on, whenever children in Oma felt tempted to lie or take the easy path, the elders would point to Kito's field, now one of the strongest in the village, and say, "Remember the song of the golden maize. The land keeps perfect accounts. What you plant in truth and sweat is exactly what you will harvest in the end." And Kito, no longer the boy of jokes and shortcuts, would smile quietly and keep walking, because he had learned that real cleverness is simply honesty dressed in hard work. And so, my friends, the golden maize still waves proudly in Oma, reminding every child that the sweetest harvest comes only when our hands are honest and our hearts are willing to work. If this story touched you, if it made you smile or think about your own moments of truth and effort, please do this one small thing for me. Hit that subscribe button and ring the little bell so you never miss the next African tale. Then, write down in the comments, tell me this. What did Kito's journey teach you about honesty or hard work?